Hello all, welcome to Life Skills from Sanskrit. I'm Jigar. Today we are going to look at a couplet that talks about the importance of forgiveness. So without wasting any time, let's just jump into it. Sosya dosho na mantavyaha kshamahi paramam balam kshama guno yashaktanam shaktanam bhushanam kshama. Let me repeat that. Sosya dosho na mantavyaha kshamahi paramam balam Kshama guno yashaktanam shaktanam bhushanam kshama. What we are going to do is we're going to divide this couplet into two bits and then look at them individually. So let's have a look at the first bit. Sosya dosho namantavyaha kshamahi paramam balam. Sosya dosho namantavyaha. Doshaha means something that is wrong with you or a weakness. So what this couplet tells us is, look, whenever we look at forgiveness or somebody who is very forgiving, we shouldn't look at it as a weakness of that person. So if a person is forgiving and doesn't believe in revenge or getting back at somebody, that doesn't mean they are weak. It just actually means kshamahi paramam balam. Actually, forgiveness is the real strength, and that's something, a characteristic of a powerful person. So if you are a forgiving person or if you meet a forgiving person, you don't consider yourself or them of being weak, because forgiveness does not show weakness. It actually shows a strength, and it is considered to be a real strength. So forgiveness, a very important virtue. Now let's have a look at the second bit. What does it say? It says kshama guno yashaktanam shaktanam bhushanam kshama. Now they say, now let's look at where you come from or what your position is. If you're in a powerful position, if you're a powerful person, if you forgive people, that shows that it's a virtue in you. So forgiving people while you have the capacity to do so, or you have the power to do so, it just shows that you're a wonderful leader and actually a virtuous person. And kshama guno yashaktanam, and people who are normal, common, like you and me, who might not wield any power over anybody, but if they still forgive other people for what they have done, that just simply means it's a good characteristic, and that is something everybody needs to have. So it's a positive for people without power or common people like me and you. And if you are a powerful person, you hold the position of power and you start forgiving people, that also shows a virtue in you. So all in all, what this couplet is trying to tell us is forgiveness is the way to be. When you forgive people, it is not out of a position of weakness, it's actually out of a position of power. If you can let things go, if you can let that revenge and the little feeling or the little voice in your head go and say, you know what, I'm going to let this thing go and I forgive you, it actually empowers you and it gives you more power towards your day-to-day activities and your life. It gives you more control over your life because you're not getting swept away in emotions and you're actually controlling yourself and letting things go. Now, while we're talking about forgiveness, I have to talk about how it is important for our mental health as well. Because if we keep that anger deep down, the feeling of revenge and that emotion burning in our cells, of course, it is going to eat us away from the inside. So once we forgive people and start forgiving them for making mistakes or anything that they have done, what it makes us do is it makes us happier. It lets that anger go and we actually become a better and a happier person. So forgiveness is simply a win-win situation for everybody, and it's a virtue that everybody needs to have. Okay, let's look at the couplet again. Sosya dosho namantavyaha kshamahi paramam balam kshama guno yashaktanam shaktanam bhushanam kshama. My take on this couplet is forgiveness should not be considered a weakness. In fact, forgiveness is the real strength. It is a virtue of the powerful and a characteristic of the common. Thank you for joining me today. Stay positive, stay tuned.